from our taxes. What is this thing? Please tell me what this thing is. It's a Ponzi scheme. Correct. And the problem with Ponzi schemes, they have to keep going on. Because if you stop it, it all crashes. So you're the Ponzi's. You wake up in the morning, that's all you're feeding. That thing. That thing. That Ponzi scheme. That pyramid scheme. That has got both local and international players. The international players have come here with something called syndicated loans and Eurobonds. You can't find it anywhere. We had the first Eurobond of $2 billion that you saw the other day. $1 billion never came into this country. Nobody's been able to show you where to it. But we know it. You have a bank here called Trade Development Bank that gave us in 2019 $5 billion in one day. Have you ever heard of it? $5 billion February 2019. You can't find what it went to. The interest rate is 12 to 13%. You have Standard Chartered and Citibank that continually give us syndicated loans with billions of dollars, totaling now something like $15 billion. Have you ever heard of that money coming to your use? So what is this thing? You have all been messed up. And let nobody tell you that you have a modicum of a bright future in this country unless you get rid of that nonsense. And it's not just a scheme here. Chelema in Zambia found a very similar scheme set up by his predecessor called Lunga. And he decided, let me default, let me investigate, and deal. And he's now dealing with it. One or two people who helped me with my audit debt have assisted in Zambia. Because you will not get assistance from IMF. They come to entrench it. Mozambique had a similar problem. They dealt with it. But theirs was little. They dealt with one thing called a tuna boat. Malaysia had a similar problem. Nothing like us. We, for some strange reason, there's no comparison to our numbers. Which tells you that this is a very important anchor to those that want to extract, dominate, and exploit us. We are such an important anchor. They have ensured your slavery for the next 60 years. You're going to be working for them, producing for them, living and breathing for them. The children you bring into this world are to feed them. And they are masters here in Kenya, because they had masters. In the old days, they were called home guards, the ones that sold us. Thomas Sankara once said that if we don't pay this monster debt, the Mzungu will not die. But if we pay, we die. Those words must resonate in you today and tomorrow. As long as you are paying this Ponzi scheme, you die. Our economic liberation is going to come by cutting off the head of the snake. The snake that is our slavery is dead. I want you to imagine 5.4 trillion back into the bank accounts to loan to each and every one of you. I want you to imagine an interest rate of 2%. Mortgage to go and buy a property, go and own a home, to start a business. I want you to imagine the 2 trillion or so that is going to debt back in our pockets as tax revenue. To fund the entire schooling education as it is today, we've done the numbers. It's 125 billion. None of you will pay school fees, will pay a cent. 125 billion from primary school all the way to your level. So you can increase the number of people here. Only 125 billion. I want you to understand what you keep being disenfranchised of. What future is being taken away from you? What life every day is being sapped from you? We need nobody's money. We need no goddamn loans from any Mzungu. We are such a wealthy country. We are the same wealthy country that they found. In fact, do you know that if we were just left alone to our own resources, we are the ones who will be giving money to other countries, even within the region, to foster their development? That's what you need to understand. And yet, we are a depressed economy. Your growth has been stunted. So imagine when it's uplifted, how much more that money will be. 700 billion of domestic debt is from insurance companies. 800 billion from pension funds. That is venture capital money. They told Adani needs 200 billion. You guys will be the ones borrowing from insurance companies and pension funds to go and do the airport privately. You don't need any Muindi money from Adani. The government doesn't even need to invest in it. So today I'm dealing with your problem statement. And I'm going to try a small way to tell you what life would be like without it. 60% of you would be earning a minimum of $30 a day. That's what we're talking about. A minimum. Your standard of living would be extremely different. Wouldn't be expensive. There's so much competition here. You'd be laughing. We would have probably runaway inflation, which we can deal with. Because you don't have money coming out of your pockets.
Today, wamesikia for the very first time. And that's why you might have interacted with so much silence. And it is in our interest as a COSA that this summit will offer a chance for them to have an experience of what happens in the real world. And for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our panelists for this.
Are we literate in that particular space if we were to give any solution to the challenges affecting the economy? Number 3 is continued globalization. Yes, we are at the University of Nairobi, the premier university, but how then do we connect ourselves at the global level? Some of the economic challenges are not just local, they are also equally global. And so as a student, you need to understand how then do you set your footage in that particular space. And finally, there's a higher expectations of business values. It's all about corruption everywhere. As an economic student, what other skill sets are you really adding into your plate that will enable you to offer solutions in such space? Now, having looked at all that, I want to just challenge us with a set of 7 questions, and this is a point maybe I'll request if you can probably jot it down. I'll take you through the 7 questions, and after that I think I'll take my leave, my seat, because I'll leave everything up to you to be able to ponder upon yourself. Number 1, as a student in the university, do you have what it takes, looking at all those particular segments that present challenges with equal opportunities? Do you have what it takes? Number 2, what career paths in the new normal do you fit in? It may not just end with economics. You need to look around and think widely and look at what opportunities are available. Number 3, what's your competitive advantage as a student in the university? Number 4, how do you future-proof your career, looking at the impact of technology? And that is why, in as much as we are talking as economists here, numbers were being mentioned here, and we all understand there are even other careers that talks about numbers. What is our position in such spaces as economic students? Number 5, how can you take advantage of the digital era? Number 6, how do you position yourself? And finally, how do you leverage on the fact that you are in school? Now, if you look at those 7 questions, then you'll begin to challenge yourself. What skill sets are you adding into your plate as you carry on with your university education? And today, if you look at the economic space, it's all about the solutions that each one of us are able to offer. It's about the skill sets that we are able to pick along the way. Time is short, we may not really belabor on what SCCA can do for you in this space, but I want to leave you with my contact in the interest of time. I know we are having a panel discussion after this, but we can always handle this much later at a personal level. So you can take my number down. It's 0790 207 477. Now at SCCA, we actually believe in competencies, just helping you to also upgrade your skill set to assume certain competencies that each and every organization will require. I believe all of us here at the end of the day, sooner or later, will actually be out there looking out on where to present the products you have developed in the university, and looking out for who will actually be the fast purchaser in terms of the employers. And so the skill sets that you'll be able to add on that particular degree is what is going to dictate whether you're going to have that stale product or that fast-moving product, or you can as well have a fast-moving product. Hence the cliche we always say, there are not sufficient employment opportunities, yet it's all about what recipe have you been able to add on to that particular degree you're undertaking. Let's chat later, let's engage so that we can understand it better. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Mr. Lambert. Now, second on stage, it is my distinct honor to invite Ms. Tamari Rosieto. She is the founder and chief executive officer of MATIANG'I Foundation. She is a student at the University of Nairobi, currently studying law. She is also serving as the University of Nairobi Moot Court Society as a second-year representative. A round of applause for her as she comes to stage. Ms. Tamari Rosieto has a very clear vision to empower the next generation, especially girls, to overcome challenges and become agents of positive change. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Hi, everyone. You guys look so quiet and very reserved. First of all, a disclaimer, I'm a noisy person, so I might force you, actually, let's stand. I just want us to do an activity. just an activity ya kuwachangamsha kidogo. And as you stand, I'd like to thank you. I'm still thinking, I'm still wondering what is it we are cutting off. So that's my technique. So I'll go and think about it. Yeah, so everyone should have a partner. Get a partner. This activity is done by 2 people. So have a partner with you. Yeah, I think one person who doesn't have a partner can come up to the stage. We have Okay, so will you be A or B? Choose a letter, A or B. Ladies first. Okay, I'll be A and Mr. Jimmy is B. Everyone else, A and B. Have you decided? So we're going to do an interesting exercise. Person B will give, person A will give, yes?
Sorry about this. May I ask that the gentleman on the stage do what is right? Or, if necessary, do what is left. Thank you. A round of applause for John and Laman as they do what is right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so person A will give person B a gift. And they won't reveal what they are giving. It's an imaginary gift, so you don't have to worry. It's an imaginary gift. So person B will receive the imaginary gift from person A, and they will say, oh, thank you so much, Tamari, for giving me this and this. I'm grateful because, or I'm happy because, or I needed this thing because, or I love it because. So, do you get the gist? Mmelewa? Kabisa? Okay, let's do a trial. So I said I'm person A, I'll give you an imaginary gift. And once you receive it...
Oh, thank you so much. Do I have to say it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She gave me a bracelet.
Oh.
Thank you for the time.
I gave you that tie because I know you're a sharp guy, and I said, let me get your tie.
It may also mean your destiny is tied to mine.
Yeah. So have you gotten the gist of the game? Can we do it now? Okay. Person A, give the gift to person B. I hope the microphone is somewhere. Higher. Shika watu wa person B so that they can say what they've been given and why they love it. Then person A will say why they gave them that gift. Don't discuss. I think we've already received our gifts. Microphone ifanye ile kitu.
I'm ready.
Haya.
I'm ready.
Zunguka sasa. Tujue watu wamepewa nini.
Ndio huyo.
Hapo wapi?
Ndio huyo.
Hapana, enda kwa kuja hapa.
Lakini mheshimiwa, mbona hapa?
Yeah. A nice lady and a good young man.
Yes.
Who was A?
So person B, please tell us what person A gave you.
He gave me a wristwatch. I actually love the wristwatch. If he has not keep track of time, I should be doing so.
Oh. And person A?
Honestly, in my head, I was like,
For real. Wow, that's very interesting. And what's your name? Blessing. You're such a blessing. And yeah, so thank you guys for participating. Maybe you can have other people. You'd like? Okay. So I think with that exercise, what I wanted to achieve was, first of all, to make you guys stand up and smile. Because, come on, who doesn't like receiving a gift? Yeah. So, and on that note, my birthday was last week. So if you'd like to give me a gift, my arms are very open. Yeah. My name is Tamari Resiato. I'm a second-year student at the University of Nairobi, studying law. And I'm the CEO and founder of the Magal Foundation. Maybe you're wondering what that is. Maybe Tadani, I planned and I said, my goal for years, I want to come and do this. Actually not. I didn't have a big plan for it. What happened is after high school, I interacted with my peers at home, and there was a difference. Like, we'd talk, just I come from Narok, and I went to school in Kiambu, in high school. So when I went back home, I would interact with my peers, and I'd feel like there's a gap. There's a difference. There's how I think, and there's how they think. There's a certain limitation that they've put to their minds on what you can achieve as a person. And that's why you find even during the Gen Z revolution, it was only in Nairobi that ilikuwa imeshika. Hiyo ni uongo. Sasa kwetu, so mimi nilikuwa home Narok. Aki kwetu hata hakukuwa nayo, ungeenda ujipate kwa street peke yako. Like ilikuwa tu Narok town. Ukikuja kwetu Kilgoris, like we were just living life like normal. Tunawaonea kwa TV. Yeah. So there's that gap, there's that difference. So I asked myself, why is it that there's that? What makes that difference? Why is it that I'm thinking differently? Why is it that I have this confidence? Why is it that I believe I can achieve my dreams and she thinks she can't? Or she's put a limit to herself whereby nikimaliza high school, all I need to do is just get married, milk my cows, wake up, go to the river, fetch water. Not thinking beyond your village life. And I realized it's only mentorship and exposure. For example, for those who have attended this conference today, we can all attest that we have learned something. And when we are getting out of this room, we are not going to be thinking the same. I have been challenged personally, and definitely I'm going to do my homework tonight and see what is this that we are cutting off. Where is it that we fall in? How do we end this slavery that we are in? And how do we make sure that in the coming years we are not in this same position that we are today? And it's because we have been exposed. It's because someone took that step. It's because Mr. Jimmi today, you took that step. And you came here to empower us. And that's why we'll be different, because someone took that step. And that's what I'm calling you all to do in your communities. Wherever you come from, with your friends, even what you learned today, just take it back home. Take it, tell them, share that knowledge, because it's through knowledge that we'll be able to grow. And there are some people who are not privileged to get this knowledge. Maybe because they have it in their hands but don't know how to use it. And some people genuinely don't have that information. So let's pass this thing back home. I'm excited to be here, especially to be standing in front of economists. I have little knowledge on it. We have a thematic pillar on economic empowerment, and that's why Natasha told me that if I attend this conference, I'll be able to apply more knowledge to my home, and I can be able to know what kind of projects will benefit the young women and girls in my community in terms of economy. So I'm excited to be here. I'm so excited, so excited. You can even see I wore a green dress. But if you want to know I'm excited, it's a yellow, I'm a green. I'm a orange. So yeah, I think that's all I have for now. And thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you for having me, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much. We are about to listen more to you. Distinguished panelists, I'll be generous enough to introduce you. I'll ask that when you come on stage, please make your remarks straightforward so that we have time for the questions. Now, before I introduce the next panelists, because they're involved, allow me to recognize the presence in the hall of the NAC Kenya Party Secretary General, Council Asha Bashir. A round of applause for her for being with us here. I know she has a thing for engaging young people and listening to youthful voices. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to the stage Mr. John Kamau. He is the National Youth Leader at NAC Kenya Party. If you said NAC without NAC Kenya, you have taken him to Ugambani. NAC Kenya Party, a round of applause for him.